The first one is Mildliners. I think I have seen this everywhere in the study community for the past 2 years. I have owned 2 packs of the Zebra Mildliners, and honestly, I don't really much get the hype around this. I think what made me attracted to the Mildliners is the range of colors because their colors are really unique and somehow more aesthetic than other brands, so maybe this is why the hype of the Mildliners started. But other than the colors, there is nothing really good with it. Compared to the Stabilo and Sharpie highlighters I have been using, Mildliners fray easily and somehow they ghost on papers more. I rarely use my Mildliners now since it ghosts a lot on my notes, so it makes the notes harder to read. And the fact that this is just so expensive unless you live in Japan or in Taiwan. I recommend if you want an affordable and high quality highlighter, just get yourself the Sharpie highlighter or get yourself the Stabilo highlighter if you want more color choices. Next is the iPad Pro. So I have owned an iPad Pro for about 6 months, and here's the only comment I can make. Get yourself a normal iPad or iPad Air. To be honest, I really have seen so many unboxing videos on the iPad Pro for like a year ever since the pandemic started, and almost all the videos that unbox these iPad Pros say they bought this just for study purposes like using the internet for research or taking digital notes. And to be honest, you are wasting your money if you are just gonna use an iPad Pro for just studies cause the normal iPads and Air models are perfectly suited for that. iPad Pros are made for more heavy use for artists and video editors because of their faster processors and fluid-like motion, and of course their more high-quality cameras compared to the normal iPads. So, just save yourself some money if you're just gonna get the iPad for study purposes and don't buy an iPad Pro for the aesthetics because someday your bank account will be thanking you for that. And if you feel the Apple Pencil is just expensive, then just get a stylus that has a palm ejection, unless of course you need pressure sensitivity because sadly you will have to get the Apple Pencil. But for me, I don't need pressure sensitivity and I just got myself the Gojoku pencil as an alternative for an Apple Pencil. So next is Notion. So if like 2 years ago, Skillshare was the one who sponsored most of the StudyTubers, well, now it's Notion who's sponsoring most of the StudyTubers. And to be honest, before Notion was even a hype or trend, I was already trying out Notion. And to be honest, it just didn't work out for me. Because even though I've tried watching many StudyTubers videos about Notion, I wasn't really able to use it effectively. And I think it's because of personal reasons because for like 4 or 5 years, I've been using a physical planner as my main planning system and I just kinda got used to it. Although I already tried other Notion templates for organization like subject lesson tracker, assignment tracker, quiz tracker, habit tracker, class schedule, they did not work for me and I think this is because I already made printables for that or I have found other digital apps that are better suited. Like for example, for my class schedule, since it's bi-weekly, it will take more time rewriting my schedule in Notion and the fact that I sometimes forget what week number is it, and this can be hassle, which is why I use Sigma Planner since I just have to write my schedule once and I can see my schedule for the week. Plus, it also reminds me that in 5 minutes a particular class will start, and for this, I feel like Sigma Planner is a better app suited for me, but of course, that's just my preference or opinion. But I think in terms of how other people were able to use it, I think there is nothing to lose if you use Notion since with the student email, it is free so you won't even need to spend money on that. Just you might be spending a lot of time decorating or setting up your Notion if you want it to be aesthetic, unless of course you want to use other people's template. Next is Muji. I think during the time I first got to know about the study community and until now, Muji pens have been a hype. And I've been using Muji pens even before I knew the existence of the study community. For me personally, I am somewhat okay with the Muji pen since It is smooth when writing, and the fact my Muji pens last me for like a year if I use it regularly, like my Muji black pen, and about 2 years for other Muji pens that I don't use regularly. The only thing I hate is that I have to wait for an hour before highlighting my notes if I have ever written with Muji pens, but I don't mind it at all since I don't usually highlight my notes. And I know Muji pens can be somewhat expensive for some people, so that's why I'm like somewhat okay because there are of course other cheaper alternatives like of course the Pilot G2 ball pens. So if you want to use ball pens that are like Muji but you don't want to wait for the ink to dry for a long time, then I suggest you get the Pilot G2. Next is bullet journaling. I think most of the StudyTubers I was subscribed to has definitely been doing bullet journaling videos. For me, I have already tried bullet journaling in one of my older videos, and it kind of just didn't work for me. I think it may be because I was too engrossed that my bujo has to be aesthetically pleasing that I spent more time designing the pages compared to the time using the pages. This is why I now buy physical planners since they already have the templates set up to my liking and I can save more time by just using the templates given to me. But I think Bujo will be useful to people who have unique planning system that you cannot just find in most planners. The next is Whitelines. So I think most people have heard about Whitelines, but for those who haven't heard of it, Whitelines is a brand of notebook that has thin gray lines so that it wouldn't hurt or tire your eyes, and they have a free app where you can scan the pages. I had a Whitelines notebook long before I even joined the study community, as this was given to me by my aunt from the States. Now, after using it, but sorry to the Whitelines fans, but I just don't see why is this product even being hyped or even trending. Yes, this notebook may have thicker paper, which is good for those who use really heavy markers that notebook paper won't allow since it will just bleed at the back. But $12 for just 70 pages? Now I feel like that's too expensive just for thick paper. Now, people may defend that it may be pricey because the app allows you to scan your notes. And to be honest, you don't even need a Whitelines notebook to scan your notes and save it on your device. All you need is just like a free scanning app like Adobe Scan or Scan Pro in your like phone or tablet, and tada! You can save your notes digitally or just even use your phone's camera and you will already save yourself $12. Last one is the Logitech keyboard and mouse. So with the hype of iPads, we are also seeing the hype of keyboard and mouse, specifically the brand Logitech. Now, I have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse that is like Logitech, except you cannot just simultaneously connect it to more than one device because this is a feature only Logitech offers. And now I have been using the keyboard and mouse for quite some time. For me, I was not used to typing in the keyboard as for the past 5 years, I have been using the iPad and I've just gotten used to the iPad keyboard along with my hand posture, which is why it kind of felt weird typing in a keyboard due to hand posture and the fact I had to press harder on the keyboard or else it won't register. The keyboard also drained my iPad really fast as I am using Bluetooth. The only thing I can see with this keyboard that's good is that you can move the iPad far away from you since you don't need to use the iPad screen to type, which helps in preventing eye strain as well as nearsighted problems, which I am currently experiencing thanks to 5 years of using an iPad. For the mouse, I don't usually use it that much, as again, I prefer just touching the screen. But then again, having a mouse will allow me to increase the distance between my eyes and the iPad screen. I only use the mouse specifically for editing or if I'm like using an application that requires precise movements. Overall, I really highly recommend using a keyboard and mouse for your iPad if you wish to increase the distance between the iPad or laptop from your eyes, as well as if you want to like have a good typing posture. My keyboard and mouse are not from Logitech, so I can't be a person to recommend you about it, but from people's reviews and my family's reviews about Logitech, it's really a great product, and although people say it's really pricey, I think it's because it's more high quality, and for my parents using both Logitech keyboards and mouse, they say it's really good and it lasted them for like 5 to 6 years already. So just take this with a grain of salt. So that's the end of this video, and I hope you guys like this video. And please remember, these are all my opinions about the study community trends, and my opinion would of course might be different with your opinion, so it's your choice whether you take it or you don't. So just don't cause war in the comment section, but I would love to of course hear your opinions about this, and I also want to hear your opinions about other study community trends that you think it is okay to be hyped, or you think the others are just overrated. So I will be seeing you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye!